All right, 82 degrees Fahrenheit, 202,174 miles on the odometer. Welcome to the Please Subscribe show. It is the delivery section, probably the second part of the vlog, maybe third part. I have to look at everything. And look at that traffic. Going to West Fort Worth that way. And that's, say it looks like April 24th. This is probably most likely 35. Or that says 30 right there. Yeah, this would be 30. Yeah, that's right. 35 goes towards Denton. Sorry about that. This is 30. The other one over there is what's known as 20. So it goes 20, 30, and then it eventually goes into 35. But it'll lead to 35, though. It'll also lead to 820. It'll lead to 820, which 820 will lead to 35. But this is actually officially 30. Right here. It's called I-30. All right. A lot of people coming to Fort Worth. You can see right here. It's pretty busy. Well, they still have the dinosaurs at the Botanic Gardens going until May 30th. Most likely probably robotic dinosaurs. Don't know if they make noises or if they growl, or, you know. That's a T-Rex they're showing in the photo right there. Right next to Trinity Park. Been going on for a while. It'll be a whole nother month. I think it's $12 to go in to see what they would look like. Mayfest is coming the first weekend of May. It'll be here, Mayfest. Then we've got two shows right now coming up at Casa Manana. First show is going to be Mary Poppins Jr. And then the second show, now that's not for the season. They've been doing shows. They did once and a bunch of other shows. But these are like the third or fourth or fifth show, whatever. It'll be Mary Poppins Jr., which will be next. But actually, it's going on right now. Then after that, in June, will be Grease. Like Grease Lightning. Go Grease Lightning. The one that John Travolta did with Olivia Newton-John, or however you say your name. Olivia Newton, I don't even know. But Grease right here, June 1st through the 9th. Mary Poppins is a junior show. It's Casa Manana House tomorrow. All right, first one for the day, 5:18, 6 minutes, 2.8 miles. That was the old Fort Worth Independent School District Administration building. It actually relocated. Right off of White Settlement and University. right, next one, 6363 1.2. Fort Worth. Still working on that one. Yeah, it's the Monticello's right there. That's one I got stuck in. If you go in or you get let in, if you don't have the pass, then you can't get out. So it like traps you in. At least you ask to get out, or you know the pass, or someone gives you the pass. I mean, it's just irritating. It's not like there's always someone around coming or going. Next one, 65311, 4 miles. Modern Art Museum, Surrealism and Us. It is going on right now, and I'm going to show you where I used to live. 1995-ish to 96-ish. I lived in an apartment right there. I turned it into the Modern Art Museum. A guy named A.D.W.C was the architect. And one day we got a note on our door saying this property has been taken over by another organization and will be leveled and all this stuff. You'll have to find another place to live. And we were like, oh no. And all the neighbors were like, oh. Everybody had to just, you know, they turned it into modern art. There's the Kimball. Kimball was there when we lived there too. You can walk from the apartments right to Kimball and go see an exhibit. I used to jog all around Kimball Art Museum and around Casa Mignana and all around here. Right through the Amon Carter area, things like that. Big time jogger. This is Omni right here, and like I was saying on the post office coming up here to the right, like this way, 1931 it was erected, 1933 it went into effect. United States Postal Office, Fort Worth. It's built in the architect of Beaux-Arts, which is B-A-U-X Arts, and they pronounce it Beaux-Arts. And it was done by Wyatt C. Hedrick, who was, I think, a North Carolina architect or something like that. He was like kind of a Southern architect, but also from like maybe North Carolina, maybe not, maybe Texas, I don't know. I have to find out where he's from. But he was pretty well-known architect, and he did that in the 1930s. It is on the National Registry, and I believe in 2008 or something like that, they put it on the building, the endangered building list. So it's endangered to be torn down or something like that, because it's almost like antique. It's basically like a museum almost, but it's an operating post office. The National Registry is what they call it. But the most endangered buildings are a few buildings that they want to preserve, and where they won't, probably the neighboring buildings too, where they won't tear them down as like a historical landmark kind of thing. Pretty neat. Finally, it took me a while to get all the dialogue right and correct. I had to go to Wikipedia a lot. The hardest part was the Beaux-Arts, because of how it's pronounced. But it's B-E-A-U-X Arts. So it's a type of architecture. It incorporates Renaissance, French neoclassicism, and of course of elements of Baroque. They do have murals on the inside. We're in a cultural district right here. It's not too far where there was a pretty sensitive raid that happened to a thing called the Rainbow Room, where they threw all these people out. I think some people were hurt, maybe even killed, over ecstasy and all this other stuff. It happened somewhere in this area. It's been vlogged before, so it was vlogged. This is East Daggett, but it's over beyond these buildings and stuff. And oh, okay, here's something. Big Kate, little place to get food. It looked like what happened was, I don't know the exact reason for the raid, but it happened at this club. They went in, they started kind of like beating people up and gelling them and all this stuff, and it was a very extreme liberal with lots of sugar kind of people, with lots of colors, flags, you know, colorful flags, rainbow flags. It was an area of Fort Worth, but the club got hit. That made national news. So I think one person got brain damage from it or something. It was pretty intense. This is back in the day. I want to say maybe early 90s, maybe late 80s. I'm not for sure. This one's known to the Roots. It's like a coffee grinder thing. Fort Construction, I guess, is what they're remaking. These are tough because of entry points, and they got detour here. Yeah, the entry points on these drops, because I've done them before, and you're walking along the sidewalk going like, what am I going to do? That's a Baptist steeple right there. It's an antique Baptist church, or historical. When I say antique, I mean historical, sorry. I'm trying to get all the lingo. It's a historical site. It's a Baptist church. My drama teacher would go there a few times. I think I went to that church one time. He was there with I don't know, a guy named Gary or something like that, you know. It's always a guy's name, Gary, is involved or something. Some kind of, oh, look at this right here. Some kind of technician, handyman named Gary that was working on his theater. And this is also new art too. You can hear wind go through that. This is all like bars. That's Nickel City right there. It's kind of noir. I might could use this for a cat named Crook, this area. Tricks, trades, spirits, supplies. So kind of keep Linda away from that. Then there's something that says company. Bowery. I guess you could call this the Bowery. They have the same, very similar area. There's art, really cool art on the wall. I don't know if you can see it right there. It's a cool mural. I might try to pass by that. Same area as the Bowery in New York. It's not the same, but they probably would have traveling theaters that would go through here every once in a while, secret theaters. Sam Shepard would get a hold of those secret theaters in the Bowery, and he would do his plays there. La Mama was one of them, but La Mama's still there. That's New York. This is all Fort Worth, but it's like the Bowery. It's also East Broadway right here. That's what it's imitating, I think, the Bowery in New York. If you ever go to the Bowery, it's got a lot of stuff that's very artsy. We're gonna try to go through the Rambo expedition. Oh, was that moving? Okay, I'm gonna have to try to get through here. Here is the right entry point, finally, to be able to do the drop. Doggy Digs is probably the name of it. It's a Dolly Parton, is what I called it. Dolly Parton mural. If he knows what I'm talking about, if he knows what Dolly Parton is. Then there's this dude. This is 1982. Right here. My Home Away from Home, Ricky Bobby. It's Doggy Digs. Yeah, this is what I was talking about. I'm trying to figure out who it is. It's a walking trail among the apartments. It says Bones right there. Can't tell, a Willie Nelson thing. I can't tell. Huh. Bikers. You're all the way from California. And they're all the way from California. What TC you are. Pretty nice place to live from California. All the way from Florida.